And then I have a fourth book that I've been guided to try to get made into a movie. It's called The Gypsies at Secret Lake. And in this book, I relate that the gypsies are the most downtrodden, mistreated people on the planet, and yet their souls are of the highest. We owe almost all of our culture to the gypsies, especially in the entertainment world. It was the gypsies that started the first veterinarianism, because they were very close to animals and knew they were the first herbologists. They knew how to heal because they weren't around doctors. They could heal animals. They were the first animal trainers. They started the first circuses with their trained bears and such. They were excellent musicians. They started most all of our musical styles, from flamenco to just all different types of musical styles. They started our theaters and plays. They're an interesting people that I feel came from Atlantis, and they were in a little pocket of northern India for many centuries, and they were to themselves, their language is almost a pure Sanskrit. There are people who are looking to their language now for purity of the Sanskrit language. And because they were in this little pocket, they kept to themselves, they kept their own rituals, they have their own religion. One of the things that they were told is that they were never to be farmers. They were of a particular type of people who came in to be entertainers. They were to entertain the rest of the world and heal people. They have been terribly mistreated. People think of the Jews being tortured and burned and killed by Hitler, but also the Moors and the Gypsies. He killed 3 branches of people. There were 1.5 million Gypsies killed by Hitler. In other parts of the country, they were banned. They couldn't come to the public watering hole, and they were terribly mistreated. At one point, there was even a bounty. You got so much money for how many Gypsies you killed. But yet, their spirit always stayed high, and they kept doing their music. It was mostly the working class people that were against the Gypsies because they were taking away a lot of their jobs, because the Gypsies could fix and make anything. They're the most creative people on earth, and the basket weavers, they're the ones that knew how to mend metal, and so as they traveled around in their caravans, they would stop at the towns and fix everything for everybody, mend their pans and pots and pans, and they could do so much, heal their animals, their people. And so it was the common people that were against them. Actually, the kings and the royalties liked them, and they had them many times in court as their court entertainers because they were so superior to all other entertainers. So I think this book not only would make a wonderful movie, it's a very, very moving story about some gypsies, a band of gypsies, and a person who is part gypsy and joins them. He's a high businessman. The people that have read this book have said that you get goosebumps on every page because it's so touching. There's so many things that happen. And I think it would make an excellent movie, as well as give you a lot of very, very deeply spiritual ideas. It's very mystical. And you can find out more details about any of these books on my website, dorothyleon.com.